All right, strap in, because today we're doing things a little different. We're going to deep dive into an advice piece.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, our source material is this video called Four Things Women Love That Confident Men Do.
Okay, yeah, I think I've seen that one floating around.
Yeah, and I know the title's kind of clickbaity,
It is a little bit, yeah.
but stick with us here.
Yeah.
The goal isn't to endorse any pickup artist stuff.
Right.
We just want to kind of look at the psychology.
Yeah, behind the advice.
Right. What's the core of this? What's going on with confidence, attraction, all that?
Mhm.
Because really, who isn't curious about what makes someone magnetic?
Yeah, for sure.
So if you've ever thought about that,
You're in the right place.
you're in the right place.
Yeah.
So the first thing this video talks about is eye contact.
Okay.
Saying that good eye contact equals confidence and being present.
Mhm.
And it does make you feel seen
Yeah, definitely.
when someone's really looking at you.
Like they're really with you.
Like they're engaged.
Yeah, it's not just a feeling either.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's actual science behind it.
What do you mean?
Studies show that good eye contact, it actually activates the reward centers in our brains.
Whoa, that's crazy.
So we see the person we're making eye contact with
Yeah.
as more likable, more trustworthy.
Mm.
It's like a nonverbal way of saying hey, I'm here,
Oh, yeah.
I'm with you, I care about what you're saying.
But, okay, hold on. There's got to be a difference between, engaging eye contact
Yeah.
and, a death stare, right?
Totally.
You don't want to creep someone out.
Right.
Right.
Staring them down.
Exactly. Context is super important.
Yeah.
Different cultures interpret eye contact so differently.
Oh, that's true.
What might be confident in one culture
Yeah.
might be seen as, aggressive in another.
Yeah, I remember reading about how in some cultures it's rude to make eye contact with authority.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So it's all about
Understanding the nuances,
Yeah.
the social norms.
yeah. The video actually talks about this 3-second rule. Have you heard of that?
Yeah, making eye contact for 3 seconds, then looking away, and then back again.
Yeah, I've heard of it. I always thought it was kind of a little too structured,
Yeah.
trying to time it.
Right.
I feel like that would just make you more self-conscious,
Yeah, exactly.
which defeats the whole purpose.
Yeah, you're not present.
Right. It's more about finding that natural rhythm
Mm-hmm.
that feels good for everyone involved.
Okay, so it's not a formula.
Nope.
It's just about being present.
It is.
Cool. Okay, well, speaking of comfort levels, let's move on to the next thing from the video.
Okay.
Humor and playfulness.
Oh, yeah. This is a good one.
Yeah, so it's not about, busting out your best stand-up routine.
Uh-huh.
The video is talking about, that in-the-moment playfulness,
Mhm.
finding the humor in everyday stuff.
Right.
They give this example of, teasing someone about their cooking skills,
Uh-oh.
which I feel
Could go wrong.
could go so wrong.
Yeah.
Here's the line.
That's the question, right?
Yeah, between playful and just plain rude.
Totally.
Yeah,
Well, I think it all boils down to intention
okay.
and delivery.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be warm, good-natured.
Yeah.
Think about people who are naturally funny.
Yeah.
They can make light of anything, but they
It
never...
make you feel bad.
Right. They're not mean about it.
Exactly. So what is it about humor that's so attractive then?
Mm-hmm.
Is it just about lightening the mood?
Well, yeah, but it's deeper than that.
Okay.
Humor is a really powerful tool for building rapport.
Mm-hmm.
When you laugh with someone, you're creating this shared experience, a
Yeah.
connection.
I can see that.
Yeah, and it can kind of disarm you a little.
It makes you feel more comfortable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And subconsciously, humor signals intelligence
Ooh.
and quick wit, which evolutionarily
Yeah.
are attractive qualities.
So it's not just about getting a chuckle,
No.
it's showing you're smart.
Exactly.
Okay, are you ready for this next one?
Hit me.
This one kind of threw me for a loop. The video says that knowing when to say no can actually make you more attractive.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So that sounds kind of counterintuitive,
Yeah, right.
but it's about assertiveness.
Okay.
It's not about being disagreeable.
Right.
It's about setting healthy boundaries, showing you respect yourself.
So it's that confidence to say what you actually want,
Yeah.
not just being a people pleaser.
Exactly. The video gives this example of being on a date,
Okay.
and your date wants to go to a restaurant you hate.
Yeah.
A confident person wouldn't just go along with it
Right.
to avoid conflict.
Yeah.
They would politely but firmly suggest something else.
Yeah. That makes sense. It's about being true to yourself,
It is.
but also respecting the other person.
Exactly.
A delicate balance.
His.
Hmm.
And it makes you wonder how much we compromise
Yeah.
just to keep things smooth.
Yeah. Good question for our listeners.
What about you? Do you find it easy to speak up for yourself?
Mm,
Or do you kind of go with the flow even when you don't want to? Yeah, that's something to think about.
it is.
Because that ability to say no,
Yeah.
it kind of ties into this next point the video makes,
Okay.
all about taking initiative.
Ah, yes. The confident man in action.
Ah.
Taking charge, making moves, leading the way.
Yeah, what does that actually look like, though?
Yeah, good question.
Like in real life?
Yeah.
Well, the video frames it as decisiveness
Okay.
and a willingness to risk rejection.
Mm.
So whether it's approaching someone at a party, planning a date,
Yeah.
or even taking the lead physically,
Okay.
the message is clear. Confident people don't just wait for things to happen.
Okay, but hold on. While I get that taking initiative can be attractive, there's got to be a line between being proactive and coming on too strong.
Oh, for sure.
What about misreading signals making someone uncomfortable?
Yeah, you're totally right. Context and respect are so important.
Mm-hmm.
Initiative should never mean disrespecting someone's boundaries or their comfort level.
Yeah.
It's about reading the room,
Mm-hmm.
picking up on cues, making sure your actions actually fit the situation.
So it's not just about making a bold move.
Right.
It's about being tuned into the other person
It is.
and responding in a way that makes sense.
Exactly.
Okay, an initiative doesn't have to be like a grand romantic gesture.
Yeah, it could be small things,
What do you mean?
like suggesting an activity with friends,
Oh, yeah.
taking the lead on a project at work,
Mm-hmm.
or even just speaking up in a meeting.
Oh, right. It's about stepping outside your comfort zone,
It is.
but in a way that feels authentic.
Yeah, not trying to force it
Right.
or fit into some idea of what confidence is supposed to be.
Exactly. Which makes me think, with all these like perfect images of confidence out there, how do we even know what our own version of confidence looks like?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
And that's something we're going to explore more as we break down these 4 pillars of confidence.
Okay.
Because it's not just about getting a date.
Right.
It's about connecting with people.
Yeah. So, listener, as we go deeper into this,
Mhm.
think about your own experiences with confidence and connection.
Yeah.
What feels true to you? What's tough for you? What are some things you could do
Mm.
to feel more genuinely confident in your life?
Yeah. Keep those questions in mind as we continue our deep dive.
We'll be back to unpack all this and see how it works in the real world.
Looking forward to it. You know, it's funny how this idea of taking initiative kind of brings us back to that eye contact thing.
Oh, yeah, I see what you mean.
Like making eye contact can be its own form of initiative.
Right.
Like a nonverbal, hey, I want to connect.
Yeah, it's like opening a door and
Yeah.
saying, come on in.
But it takes guts though, right?
Oh, totally.
You're putting yourself out there.
Yeah.
Risking rejection.
Yeah. And that's where confidence comes in.
It does.
Because truly confident people, they're not afraid to be vulnerable.
Mm,
They know rejection is part of life. It doesn't define them.
yeah. Which reminds me of something else the video talked about.
Hmm.
It said confidence isn't just about swagger
Mm-hmm.
and outward appearances.
It's got to be deeper than that.
It does. True confidence comes from within.
Okay.
It's about self-acceptance,
Hmm.
believing in yourself,
Yeah.
knowing your worth.
So you're not trying to fit some mold.
Right.
You're just being you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why authenticity is so important.
Yeah, because when you're being real,
Yeah.
you have this energy people are drawn to.
It's magnetic.
It is. And I think we can all spot a fake.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Those people who are trying too hard.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of off-putting.
Totally. We can sense that incongruence.
Yeah, when someone's words and actions don't match up with how they're really feeling.
Like a red flag.
Yeah. So how do we actually build that authentic confidence?
Ooh, good question.
Because it's easy to say, be yourself.
Right.
But what if you don't even know who that is?
Yeah, that's a journey.
It is.
And it's different for everyone,
Yeah.
but I think it starts with self-awareness. Taking the time to really think about your values, your strengths, what you're passionate about,
Yeah.
even your insecurities.
It's like that saying, know thyself.
It is.
But that's not always easy.
No, sometimes it's uncomfortable.
Yeah, to face those parts of ourselves we'd rather hide.
But it's also really freeing
Oh, how so?
because when you start to accept every part of yourself,
Yeah.
the good, the bad, the messy,
Mm,
that's when you tap into real authenticity.
that can't be faked.
Exactly.
It's like you're shedding those layers of doubt and insecurity
Yeah.
and stepping into your power.
It is, but it's a process.
Right. It's not like a one-time thing.
No, it's ongoing.
Yeah, you gotta keep working at it.
We all do.
And confidence isn't fixed either, right?
No, it's fluid.
Yeah.
It can change depending on the situation.
That's so true. Like sometimes I feel super confident at work,
Mm.
but then in social situations I'm a mess.
Yeah. It's different in different contexts.
Yeah, confidence has all these different sides.
It does.
So it's not about reaching some perfect level of confidence.
Right.
It's more about learning to navigate all those different parts of ourselves and finding ways to use our strengths in different situations.
Exactly. Which brings us back to those 4 things from the video.
Okay.
Eye contact, humor, saying no, taking initiative.
Yeah.
They're all connected.
I see it now.
They're all about building confidence and
Yeah.
connecting with people.
They do all require a certain level of self-awareness, though,
They do.
and putting yourself out there.
And when you do that,
Yeah.
you create this positive feedback loop.
Oh, I like that.
The more you practice these things, the more confident you become. And then people respond to that.
Yeah, they can feel it.
Exactly.
So it's like this upward spiral.
It is.
Confidence builds on itself.
It does.
Yeah.
But what about when we mess up?
Oh, yeah, that happens.
Like, what if you try to take initiative and it backfires?
Yeah.
Or you tell a joke and no one laughs?
It's the worst.
It happens to all of us. And those moments can actually teach us a lot.
Okay.
It's not about being perfect.
Right.
It's about learning from our mistakes.
And growing from them.
Exactly.
So we got to embrace those vulnerable moments.
Yeah.
See them as part of the process.
They are.
Not failures.
And we got to be kind to ourselves.
Yeah.
We all make mistakes.
You do.
We all have doubts.
It's part of being human.
It is.
Oh.
And confidence isn't about being flawless.
Right.
It's about owning our imperfections.
Yeah.
And trying to be the best versions of ourselves.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
So, listener, as we wrap up this part of our deep dive, we want you to think about your own journey with confidence.
Yeah.
What are your strengths? What are your challenges? And what can you do today to start building that authentic confidence?
Yeah, that comes from within.
Remember, confidence isn't about following a script.
It's not.
It's about writing your own story.
It is.
And that story starts with embracing who you are.
Flaws and all.
It's crazy how we started with this kind of clickbaity video. Yeah.
And now we're talking about, like,
Yeah, deep stuff.
authenticity and self-acceptance.
It is interesting.
It is, yeah, because confidence isn't just surface level.
No, it's not.
It really comes from how we see ourselves.
It does. And when we own who we are,
Yeah.
all the good and the bad, that affects how we interact with everyone.
It's like that inner confidence just kind of
Yeah,
radiates out.
it does.
And people are drawn to it.
Not because you're trying to impress them,
Right.
but because you're just comfortable being you.
It's like a magnet.
It is. And the more confident we feel,
Yeah.
the more we're willing to take risks to put ourselves out there to connect with people.
Which brings us back to those 4 things from the video.
Oh, yeah.
Eye contact, humor, saying no, and taking initiative.
They all tie together.
They do. It's like they're all expressions of that underlying confidence.
They are. They're tools we can use
Yeah.
to navigate social situations, build relationships, create a more fulfilling life. So it's not about some magic formula to get people to like you.
Yep.
It's about building those qualities that let you be your best self.
Exactly. And that journey is different for everyone.
Oh, totally.
There's no one right way to be confident.
It's about finding what works for you,
It is. What makes you feel good about yourself?
right in your own skin.
Yeah. And it's always evolving, too.
It is. It's like trial and error.
It is.
Just figuring things out as you go.
And learning from your mistakes.
That's part of it, too.
It is. The video kind of framed confidence in terms of what women find attractive.
Oh, yeah.
But I think these ideas apply to all of us.
Oh, totally.
Regardless of gender or relationship status.
Right, confidence is just a good quality to have.
It is. Yeah, it shows you're competent,
Yeah.
trustworthy, that you know yourself,
And those are things we all look for in other people.
for sure. Whether it's a partner, a friend,
A colleague.
anyone you want to connect with.
This deep dive has been about way more than just that one video.
It has.
It's about the core of confidence.
And how it helps us build real connections.
And maybe even more importantly, it's about accepting who we are.
Yeah.
Recognizing that true confidence comes from inside.
Because when you feel good about yourself,
Yeah.
it shows,
It affects everything.
it does, how you act, how you talk.
How you see the world.
And that's the real key to attraction.
It is.
It's not about trying to be someone you're not.
Right.
It's about letting your own light shine.
Because when you do that,
Yeah.
you draw people in.
Create real connections.
Authentic ones.
Yeah. So as we wrap up this deep dive,
Mm-hmm.
we want to leave you with one last thought.
Okay.
What can you do today
Mhm.
to build that genuine confidence?
That comes from within.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would it look like to really own your strengths
To accept your weaknesses.
And just show up as the best version of you.
Keep those questions in mind.
As you go through life and relationships.
Yeah, and remember, the journey to confidence is ongoing.
It is.
So embrace it, all the ups and downs.
Learn from everything and never stop growing.
And until next time, keep diving deep.
And exploring the world around you.
And the world inside you